Let's quickly move on to other stories we are tracking with the Northeast Delhi riots in 2020. The Karkardooma Court has now framed charges against the former Aam Admi Party councillor Tahir Hussain and 10 others in the case stemming out of the 2020 Delhi riots. Now, charges that include rioting, promoting enmity on religious lines, dacoity, voluntarily causing hurt amongst others. Every member of the mob assembled at Tahir Hussain's residence participated in achieving to the object, that is to target a majority community. So such preparations made and this house being used as a base, seen along with the conduct of the members of this mob, show that they are acting out of prior meeting of their mind and a clear-cut objective in mind to harm the majority community in every possible manner. Those are the observations that have been made by the court as far as it suggests that the evidence shows that the mob broke open the gate on the stairs that was also going to a Bharat Vatika, which is the crime scene. Thereafter, they set the food articles also on fire, thereby causing damage to the food items and the utensils, in the same manner causing fire to the first floor of the property. Let me go across to Neelashish now. What is the clear objective to harm Hindus that is being meant and observed by the court? The facts and evidence that has been suggested in this particular report.
Well, absolutely. The key observations that were made in terms of the court were that the evidence showed that the mob broke open the gate on the stairs going towards the crime scene, and they set the food articles on fire, etc. Facts and evidence show that a number of persons assembled at Tahir Hussain's house. Some of them were equipped with weapons. It goes on to state that there are video clips which were collected by the IO from the social media, which show that Tahir Hussain was active during his movement on the terrace of his house, and also that members of the mob broke open the lock of the parking lot in this property and entered into the property. Now, assaulted persons, they vandalized the property and set fire to vehicles and food articles as well. So, taking into consideration all these aspects, the Karkardooma Court has framed charges in this particular case. And these charges include that of rioting, promoting enmity.
Absolutely. As far as the Danga disclosure is concerned, Neelashish, please to stay on with us. We also have Pranesh joining us because these are damning as far as his said involvement and the Delhi court allowing framing of charges against the former Aam Admi Party councillor.
Amita, this is important because every time people started criticizing Tahir Hussain for his alleged role in the riots, the commentary or the narrative that was sought to be built and pushed was that, look, here is a Muslim man, which is why you're going after him. Some even went on to the extent of calling it Islamophobia. A Delhi court does not think so. Here's the order that I'm reading. Let's straight away go to point number 42. The facts and evidence of this case show that a number of persons assembled at the house of Tahir Hussain. We are playing those pictures. His terrace of his house was virtually the riot factory. Some of them were equipped with firing weapons. Petrol bombs were also arranged by accumulating the required materials in the house of Tahir Hussain. Stones were stored in this house in sacks, etc. All these things were used to target Hindus. Let me read this again. All these things were used to target Hindus, says the court. Every member of the mob assembled there participated in achieving this object, that is, to target Hindus. Such preparations made and this house being used as a base, seen along with the conduct of the members of the mob, show that they were acting out of prior meeting of their mind and with a clear-cut objective in mind to harm Hindus in every possible manner. So this is not just a passing reference. The court has gone into details that Times Star brought out during investigation. Then the ecosystem said that this is propaganda. Now the court is saying this, Amita. Let me, at the cost of repeating myself, let me read this, the last two sentences again. Petrol bombs were stored, arranged by accumulating the required materials in house of Tahir Hussain, his name mentioned in the order. Stones were stored in the house in sacks. All things were used to target Hindus. Every member of the mob assembled here participated in achieving this object. What was the object? The object was to target Hindus. Such preparations made and this house, which means his house, Tahir Hussain's house, being used as a base, seen along with the conduct of members of the mob, show that they were acting out of prior meeting of the mind and with a clear-cut objective in mind to harm Hindus in every possible manner. Need one say more on this? Now, where are those people who said that this is Islamophobia? What is this? Will they have the courage of conviction to call it Hindu phobia? Will they say that, or at least to begin with apologize?
Absolutely, because Nilashish, what is being clearly mentioned that they did disturb the public tranquility through their acts, and that is being also said even when it comes to certain video clips. The court had said that the evidence makes it amply clear that the former Aam Admi Party councillor was actively participating in rioting, and the persons present on his terrace were pelting stones at adjoining properties on the road.
Well, yes, absolutely. As far as this court order is concerned, if I can read from it, it was very clear as far as the court is concerned that the evidence shows that a number of persons assembled at Tahir Hussein's residence.
Let me go across to Shehzad Poonawala. Nilashish, please to stay on with us. Now, Shehzad, this is damning as far as the court observations are concerned, allowing the framing of the charges to be done against the former Aam Admi Party councillor.
Proven, ये सहयोग नहीं, ये वोट बैंक का उद्योग था. Tahir Hussain was the mastermind. The clear-cut objective was to target Hindus. He was the man behind the murder of Ankit Sharma. But the entire ecosystem played the Islamophobia card, and they blamed the Hindu community. And more importantly, Aam Admi Party defended Tahir Hussain that he is being victimized. Amanatullah Khan was on record today. Aam Admi Party and the so-called Islamophobia lobby must apologize to the people of Delhi, to the Hindu community, for blaming them for this. But actually, the real face and the real mastermind of these riots was Tahir Hussain. Why was Tahir Hussain being defended? Because he was an Aam Admi Party, Kejriwal ka parshad, and Kejriwal ji's close aide. We had all seen the kind of evidence that was recovered. Times Now had shown the acid bombs, tezab bombs, petrol bombs. Everything was there on his terrace, yet he was defended in the name of a victimhood card, in the name of vote bank politics. Today, all of that has collapsed, and they have been completely exposed.
And that has been accepted, even saying by the court that it is the evidence that makes it amply clear that Tahir Hussain was actively participating in the rioting, and the persons present on his terror were pelting stones at the adjoining buildings and properties. So it was a terror factory that had launched when it comes to the multiple attacks when the riots were going on.
Absolutely. And Amita, if you would remember, the detailed stories that have been done by Times Now have shown that how there was a clear-cut targeting. Hindus were identified as kafirs. There was advance, the tezab bombs and the mirchi, the lathis, all the guns were kept in advance in preparation. So this was not spontaneous, it was sponsored. It was not organic, it was organized. And it was organized to target a particular community by mobilizing the rioters in the name of religion. And Mr. Tahir Hussain of Aam Admi Party was the mastermind of this.
All right, Shehzad, thanks very much for joining in. So the first reactions as far as the BJP is concerned, Nilashish, I can see is joining us live right now, because Nilashish, what is being said that the court rejected the submission of the former Aam Admi Party councillor, where he had contended that he was actually throwing water to extinguish fire and he was actually a victim. That is being completely rejected by the court.
Well, absolutely, and this is not...
Nilashish, apologies, I have to interrupt you again. Mr. Rashid Alvi is with us on the phone line. Rashid Alvi, as far as the framing of charges against the former Aam Admi Party councillor Tahir Hussain is concerned, that there is no victimhood here. He was actively involved in the rioting.
No, what I say, it is not... it may be a Muslim name, but during communal light, or if anybody has taken law in his hand or has committed anything wrong, then law should take its own course. It is not so that one Muslim has done this or a Hindu has done this. I believe that if anybody has committed any crime, he is just criminal.
No, but Mr. Alvi, it is not about taking law in their hands. It is what the court has been saying, that all of the accused indulged in targeting Hindus, and their acts were such that were apparently prejudicial to the harmony between the communities of Muslims and Hindus. They had a set target, sir.
It is not a question of Hindus and Muslims. Who is responsible for this? Basically, it is the government. And you remember that President Donald Trump was here in Delhi that time when this criminal light had happened. Amit Shah is responsible for this. They were unable to control it.
When the rioting happened, many of those parties also came out in support of Tahir Hussain and citing that he is from the minority community and hence being targeted deliberately.
If Tahir Hussain has done anything wrong, he should be punished.
Well,
Nobody
law,
is
sir,
supporting
taking
him.
its own course as the framing of charges that has been accepted by the court there. But thank you very much, Mr. Alvi, for your point of view, as the court observations say that they did deliberately disturb public tranquility through their actions. We'll be back.